Okay, in just a few minutes, I'm going to try to walk you through this process. So if I'm not available, you can figure out how to write your lab report using Google Docs all by yourself. So have your completed lab handout with you. That's going to have your data, your analysis questions, and any of your rough draft information. Then you're going to come out to Google Classroom and find this Create Your Lab Report. Okay, click on that and it's going to open a Google form for you. Basically, what you're going to do is very carefully go ahead and answer the questions that the form asks for. Sample report. Okay, now I've given you a lot of hints here under each question. So using your lab handout and the data you collected in class, spend some time and carefully answer these questions. The better you answer these questions, the more accurately you will meet the lab report rubric and the less editing you will have later on. So go ahead, answer these questions. I'm going to skim through here because I want to do this quickly. You're going to go ahead and one more time enter your school email address. I would suggest sending a copy of your answers to your email, because if you've spent all this time adding in answers, this way then if it gets lost, you can go back and paste and copy and you won't have to spend that time retyping. But I would suggest this, but it's not absolutely required. Go ahead and hit submit. The next set of instructions is going to tell you to go look in your Gmail, in your school email, for an email from Form Publisher. Okay, so we'll go over here to my email and we're going to find some form publishers. I've been practicing here. So it's going to tell you that they've taken your answers from the form and they've created a Google Docs for you. So when I click on this Google Docs, it's going to open the document, and all of the answers that you put into the form are already arranged on the piece of paper where they should be for your lab report. The last thing you need to do is you'll come through. I would strongly suggest that you read through it, you edit, you do a spell check, and then you need to decide, are you going to use Google Docs to go ahead and insert your table? Okay, and you're going to have it done electronically and add your, oh, we don't want it there though. We would want our data table down here. Okay, so you can go ahead and insert your data table. You could do a graph if you wanted to insert what they call a chart and do a different graph, or you could simply leave this blank, the table, add a little extra space, okay, hit print, and then add them in by hand before you turn them in. But all of your questions will be in your Google Doc already laid out the way that we need them to be laid out for your lab report. One final reminder, up here, I would make sure to move this document somewhere into your Google Drive that you know where it's at. So because this is a physical lab report, I'm going to go ahead and put in here into physical science. Okay, and then I'm going to move it into my physical science folder. All right, that way if I need to come back and edit it at a later time, it's ready for me.